All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Jeff Street. I teach people how to make money from home online. And today I want to talk to you about the secrets of goal setting. I want to take you from goal setting to goal getting. You know, a lot of people have heard some of the stories I've talked about writing my goals down and putting them next to the light switch in my room. You know, 15 years ago, every time I turned on the light in the morning, first thing I saw was my goals. Every time I turned off the light at the end of the night, last thing I saw was my goals. You know, a lot of people have heard the story about, you know, when I decided I was going to start speaking at our company's national training conventions. Again, something was a goal, switched to a decision, achieved it. But today, I want to really talk to you about, again, going from goal setting to goal getting. And one of the biggest things that I believe, or the biggest thing that I believe is the secret to goal setting and goal getting. See, we're going to have some fun this morning. I want to ask you, after you get off this video, I want you to take a couple minutes and I want you to take a journal or take a notebook and I want you to write down, if money wasn't an object, if money wasn't an object at all, I want you to go out and write down what you want. Like, what would you go out and have if money wasn't an option, whether it was material or non-material? Write down those things that you'd have a burning desire for, that would just make you absolutely feel amazing. Good morning, Mark. That would just make you feel incredible. Write those things down. If money wasn't an option, what would you go out and have? Write those things down. Let me tell you this, as you write those things down and as you start looking at them, man, you're going to start to smile because of the way that those things would make you feel if you went out and attracted them and had them in your life. So write those things down. But I want to give you some tips on how to go out and get them. See, after you go out and write those down, remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. Now, your mind just conceived those things. You wrote them down. But what's the second part? Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. And see, after you have those things written down, go back and write down on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely definiteless, it is done, I see it. And 1 being, you know, I wrote it down, but I don't see myself doing it. In the next 6 months, write down, good morning, Rick. Good morning, Geraldo. Good morning, Joanne. Write down, good morning, Mom. Write down on a scale of 1 to 10. Again, 10 being absolutely, 1 being not at all. Where do you see, what's your level of belief that in the next 6 months you're going to go out and attain those things? Take some time. Write those things down. And every one of those goals, it's going to have a different number. But I want to talk to you about finding your sweet spot. Somebody drop a comment that says, my sweet spot. So I want to talk to you about finding that sweet spot. That sweet spot is so important when you go from goal setting to goal getting. So you write those numbers down. And when you write those numbers down, whatever is an 8 to a 10 on your list, like your level of belief that you're going to go out and make it happen, whatever is in that level 8 to a 10, I want you to highlight those things. And I want you to start focusing on those things. I want you to start picturing it. I want you to see yourself going out and making those things happen, because here's what I found. In the Bible, it says, ask and you shall receive. It also says, you get not because you ask not. And whatever is in that 8 to 10, that's your sweet spot. Start visualizing it. Start thinking about it. And here's what will happen. When you go out, you know, I remember for me, my sweet spot in the beginning of my journey was getting out of debt. You know, I remember taking my credit card statements and every month, thumbtacking the new one on my wall next to my goals, just showing myself the progress. And you know what? I remember the day that I wrote that last check and I was credit card debt free. But something else powerful happened that day. Not just because I became credit card debt free. That wasn't the most powerful thing. The most powerful thing was I attacked my sweet spot. And because I did, and because I achieved that, all of a sudden, some of those other things on my list, the numbers started to rise up of what I believed not was just possible, but what I believed was definite. What I believed that I could go out and do, because again, when you go out and you achieve more, you can go out and you can have more. You can go out and get more. So attack your sweet spot. Figure out what those things are and attack it. Matter of fact, would love to hear what your sweet spot is this morning. You can just drop a comment. If you want to do it later on the day, come back to this video and drop a comment of what is it that you see that you're going to go out and do over the next 6 months. And I'm telling you, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Because remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can go out and achieve. But you got to go out and start focusing on it. You got to start thinking about it. You got to know that you're going to go out and have it. And I'm telling you, you go out and achieve that. Watch the numbers on the other items on your list start to rise, and watch you start going from one goal to the next. My two biggest things in my sweet spot right now, would love to hear what yours are, but the two biggest things on my sweet spot is the first one is get my weight down to the 160s again. Before the pandemic, I was 167 pounds. I started this year at 185 pounds. I woke up yesterday morning at 175 pounds. So 10 pounds down already, 8 more to go. But I know that I'm going to go out and do it because I know it affects my decisions. It affects my habits. Last night, late at night, I wanted to drink a glass of wine with my wife. I wanted to eat late last night, but I didn't because I believe that I'm going to go out and achieve. So I do the different things that's going to go out and help me get there. Second thing for me is, buying a new home. In the next 60 days, Melissa and I are going to go out and buy a new home. We're moving to Dallas. We're putting it out there. I'm going to put it out there to everybody. And and at this point, I'm believing that that's going to happen no matter what, 100%. So we're looking, we're searching, and it's going to work out because we believe that it will. So I would encourage you, again, to make that list, write that down, 1 to 10. Where do you see yourself? Put it out there. What's your goal? What is it that you're going to do? And I'm telling you, just watch yourself as you go out and hit your sweet spot. Again, drop a comment that says my sweet spot. As you hit those things in your sweet spot, watch the numbers of everything else rise. So if you got something out of today's message, hit the share button so somebody else can go out and hear the message as well. Drop a comment with what those things are that are the 8 to 10 that you're going to go out and hit. Drop a comment that says my sweet spot. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. My name is Jeff Street. I teach people how to make money from home online, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.